I have on my shelves a copy of Baedeker's Guide to Berlin from 1912, I believe. And in it, it says in an apologetic way that Berlin is not a city like Paris or London that has a great deal of history. It is a simple parochial capital with very little history to recommend it. And I always feel that at that moment, the city heard that description and said, hold my coat. Because of any city in the 20th century, Berlin has seen history. And the truth is that as a result of all that history passing through one location, it's very hard to get a handle on the city from any one moment. You cannot go and look at Weimar Berlin by going to a particular location. You cannot go and inhabit it as you can, say, Ephesus. You cannot go and walk an area like you can the Parthenon in Athens, or walk through the ruins of ancient Rome, because they don't exist. Most of Weimar Berlin was obliterated, destroyed by the bombing during the Second World War. And so what you have is fragments. And rather than seeing Berlin in the Weimar era, you have to feel it. And so I have several times during these videos described particular places as being places where you can feel Berlin, whether that is in traveling through it on walks or on the river, or being in an U-Bahn station, or being in a hotel lobby, or in a dance hall, or in the Babylon Theatre, which I haven't done a video on, but I could very easily have done so. A place that carries some of the city's old nerve and style and atmosphere. And that is the best way to get a feel for Berlin, is find those particular little corners, those elements, walk those streets, and try and feel and hear and smell what Berlin of that era was like. And you feel it most strongly, in my opinion, when you realize how much of the city still shapes what remains, despite how much has gone. Because that's the real secret of Weimar Berlin. It isn't dead. It has passed, but it survives in what has come since. Because despite the authoritarian horror of the Nazi period and the oppression on the eastern side of the city during the period of the DDR, what has come into the modern day has been hugely shaped by the Weimar period, by that short period of Republican experimentation. And that survives as almost an afterimage, an atmosphere, a style that has shaped modern Berlin, whether it's in the modern nightclubs, on the streets, in the style, in the sense of humor, it's there. And a city that once learned to live fast and think dangerously and experiment and change and perform has shaped the modern city. And that's what I love about it, that in looking at the modern city, you can feel and sense the old city. And in understanding the old city, you can perhaps tell something about the new. Thanks very much, and subscribe for more.